to nothing because they weren't.
Yeah, exactly. And then 5 minutes later, they suddenly shoot up in value. It's
Not 5 minutes, but
yeah, but
a year or two later.
Yeah, it feels like 5 minutes looking back. Yeah, what I'm sure I saw was something. There's always surprise you. Like I'm sure I saw something going like really expensive that was like cheap as nothing. A little while ago, but it happens all the time, doesn't it? They've only got to be like someone's just got to say, "Oh, there's a TV show coming," and they're going to be on it, and suddenly, it just starts.
Crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, so I went to So what happened? I was supposed to go to the comic market today, and I was supposed to buy some comics that someone was holding for me. I'll probably best explain this story because I've been saying to lots of people. I was on Simple Simon's stream earlier today, and I was telling them I'm getting some big keys later. I'm going to the comic mart.
I was there.
Yeah. So I'll best explain for anybody who comes in or who watches it later. This is not the massive keys that I was expecting because. First of all, I did Simple Simon's stream. Then I had to do a self-test for the COVID because Elric's got COVID. My housemate, he's come down with Corona, like confirmed. So I wasn't. He lives in the same house. We can keep it as far apart as possible, kind of thing. But I did a self-test before I went out, and he said I was clear. So, and then by the time I got to the train, then there was a blinky busty placement on the train, so I wasn't able to get on the quicker train I would normally get on. And then by the time I got to the station, sat down in my seat, he texted me and said, "Oh, I'm going home now. I've had to go home. I can't stick around like I was going to." So I wasn't able to pick up the comics from him. So instead, I just went in to the mart and spent a bit of money. So let's just show you what I got then. Have you got anything recently? Picked up anything recently?
Not recently, but I pulled a pile of comics that I never shown before on either a show or a stream.
Yeah, we'll have a look at them in a minute.
I thought would be interesting.
I'll let you talk about all these comics. You probably know them all. This is the only one that wasn't on my list actually, but I'm terrible for putting annuals on my list. This is an Avengers annual number 8. And this only cost me £3. This is like the last vendor that I went to. It only cost me £3. I thought that's all right for £3. An Avengers annual from like 1978, and I thought that was, but I thought it's possibly one of the best deals I got today. And this is just
want to say hello. There's one person in hi, Nos Feast.
Nos Feast, yeah. Right.
Oh, so, that's a classic one.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The trouble is, X-Men. I've kind of got like a list of X-Men I want to get, but I'm not super pursuing them because they're always expensive, aren't they? Got a lot of the X-Men. This one was the most expensive one probably I bought today. This was £8. This one, but he kind of give me a deal. I think this is this when he loses his wings or something, or is that?
I think so.
Yeah, it must be for X Factor. I'm guessing. Maybe that's why it's a key. Maybe he becomes deaf in that issue or something.
Hi, Metarog.
Hey, Roger. If anyone wants to come on, by the way, I can post the link up if anyone wants to come and hang out. I've got a couple of Marvel team ups. It seems like no matter how many you buy, there's always more that you need. You know, that's what it feels like. Actually, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share screen. I'm gonna show people my. I don't know if this is of any interest to anybody whatsoever. I can just find it. It's my. Where is it? Is it that page I wanted to share? Let's just share that page. It's got. If I can. I don't know if this is of any use to anybody. Let's see. Let's go to the. Right, yeah, my wants list. So we can. I've already updated my wants list, so we can see how many more I need to get. Can you see that? All right.
Well, it's very small, but yeah.
Oh, is it? So I won't bother with then. Yeah, I just put it. I'll have to mess around. I've got. It always feels like more. Oh, that's really small, isn't it? And where have you gone? You've disappeared. Or we're getting rid of that. It's not really worth sharing. I just wanted to use the technology, so I managed to pick up a few Spider-Man team ups anyway. So I've got number.
Well, there was 150 issues, I think, of Marvel team up. So it's quite a pile to collect.
Yeah, but every time it seems like I get a handful, it feels like the list hasn't got any smaller. Though. That's the only thing. So I've got number 51. You've got Spider-Man and Yellow Jacket and Wasp. Number 59. Number 64, The Daughters of the Dragon.
Oh, I have this one. I don't have many issues of Team Up, but I have the few with characters I like. I think this one was by John Byrne also.
Possibly. Is he fighting the evil Iron Fist there? Looks like Iron Fist, but a different colour costume. So that's like an Iron Fist villain or something.
Yeah.
Or Iron Fist gone mad.
I don't remember his name, but yeah. Oh, Meteorog is confirming that it's John Byrne's art.
All right. What time? That's just for. What time is Meteorog and Bill's stream tonight? They're doing a stream on the Invaders, aren't they?
Good question. Maybe
I don't want to go. When is your stream, Roger? Because I don't want to go over your stream if. I should have looked that up before.
It's about the Invaders too, so it will be interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Number
7
80
Eastern time.
What time is it in Eastern time now? How long have I got to show my comics?
5 o'clock. So in 2
right. Yeah, we've got plenty of time then. Right, Doctor Strange and Clear. It's not the best lighting in this room. Got the Thing and Daredevil.
Cool.
Right, couple from my Luke Cage one. Let's have a quick look on the. I won't share the screen, but I'll have a quick look. I now have. I've still got loads. Why does this net go down every time I buy new ones? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 19 more Luke Cage I need to finish off this run. So I picked up number 12 today. And number 14.
When you say 19 Luke Cage, you mean before
the whole run. The whole run.
Okay, so that's
not too bad. It's not too bad. It's really weird because I've got so I need 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15, 16. And then there's a massive jump to 63 and 64. And then the rest of them are in the hundreds. So 100, 119, 120, 121. For some reason, 120 to 125, I don't have any of those. It seems really weird.
Was probably a lower print, eh? It was
near
the cancellation of the series. So
it might have been, yeah. It could have been. There's some funky covers. Right, managed to pick up a nice Supergirl. Trying to complete that. Well, trying to get the first 2 Supergirl runs. This one, the 70s one, and the other one was, I think it was late 80s, wasn't it? Yeah, it must be early 80s before she got killed, wasn't it? So.
Who's the lady behind? Do you know? Is that
I think she's a one-off.
Rose of
No, I think she's a one-off. I think she's a gang member girl.
Okay.
Looking at her, she doesn't look like anybody I know. I'm guessing she's from this story only. Of course, a couple of Matilda's favourites. I had to pick up a couple of them, and I was really surprised at the price of these. Only £3 for like a really good Nick Jimmy Olsen in a Mylar.
Chicks and all.
Even the guy behind the counter, he was like, "This doesn't seem right," and he was the bloke selling them, and he goes, "This must have been priced up ages ago, and no one's updated the price." And he just like, "Whatever, it's not my business. I just."
Have you looked inside? Maybe there's something wrong inside, or
I don't know. I haven't. No, you would have thought they would have mentioned it on the outside if there was something wrong inside, wouldn't you?
I got a surprise like that.
Yeah, it's true. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, it's really crisp, very crisp, and I've paid like more than that, like for a really rubbish looking one. This is another one, crisp as anything, and only £3. So obviously I snapped them up. It's like, yes, please. I snapped them up like Jimmy snapping up these bucks.
Yeah.
Roger says that the Luke Cage didn't sell very well at the end. They had a pretty decent run now, 120 odd. But I still need to really close on this run now. This next run I'm going to show. Let's just check how many of these I still need. Let's have a look. It was always the case, like you're going through a rack and you need like 2 or 3 numbers, and they got all the numbers leading up to the one that you want, and then all the numbers after the number you want, but they haven't got the number that you want.
Yeah,
so it seems like how many times does that happen?
All the time.
Yeah, it's like every now and again, like very rare, they'll have exactly the number that you want, and that'll be yes, amazing. So look, where's so I can't find this one. It's got to go down to the S's. That's why. I need 5 more to complete my run of this. So this is the New Adventures of Superboy. So I managed to pick up number 2 today for only £1.
Cool.
Can't argue with that. Number 30. the Glow Man comes into town.
With a bonus dial H for hero.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, dial H for hero bonus, and number 36. So that's cool. And a few more. I've kind of like the two like early Teen Titans runs. I've never had them all, so I'm still trying to pick them up slowly but surely. So I managed to pick up number 80.
Okay.
I don't know. I know I shouldn't probably because like one of them starts repeating the other one, doesn't it? But I'm still kind of like trying to complete the run.
They were reprints at one point, but
yeah. I can end up with like two, but with different covers probably. I'm not too sure if the covers are different.
Yeah.
So that's number 84.
That was kind of dishonest, I thought, of DC to make new covers for the reprints, so people wouldn't know. I don't have this one.
They did the same thing with the Legion of Superheroes, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
And this like Wally's like me that end up trying to fill out both runs. It's like foolish me. Right, then these ones are from the second. I think the second run. It's the Baxter paper run. So I need a few of these as well. These are only £1 each, so can't argue with that. There's Brother Blood. Number 31. The final battle with Brother Blood. And number 48.
Okay, filling holes in your collection.
Yeah, basically trying to fill up the first two runs of... I think I'm quite close on the first run now, but I've still got to get number one. I don't think it's going to... Number one of the first new Teen Titans going very expensive, do you think? Or I don't think it's that expensive. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I bought mine practically when it came out, so...
Yeah.
I missed issue number... Was it 2? I think it's 2, with the first issue.
Right, yeah.
I missed that issue, and for years I kept... Oh, I'll find it later. And then it rose up, and...
yeah. I've got the $1 book copy of it. That'll do me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. Unless I sort of win some big money or get very lucky, I'll be sticking with the reprints for the big books. I was watching a video earlier. Someone found the drug issue of Green. The issue where Speedy's been shooting up on the cover. They managed to find it for $5. Wow, I can't remember what the name of the channel was now. It was Rad Rat Comics or something. He got massive deals. He managed to find someone who obviously didn't have a clue what they had, and he's picked up some really amazing comics for cheap as chips.
I'm always amazed by other YouTubers who find stuff. Even Jambo published a new video today.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
$1, and I said $1.
I've not watched that yet. That's on my to watch list. I'm currently in the middle of watching. Who's that other guy I was just watching just now? Oh, I can't see the name now. Comic Collector Geek. I'm halfway through his... Well, I'm 48 minutes into his 55-minute video. So, yeah, it's £1 in money, mate. £1 in money. Well, this was the very, very last comic that I bought. The last store had like 75p each for a comic. And I managed to find 3 for my my modern Martian Manhunter run. So I'll always like a bit of Martian Manhunter. I've got 2 other runs of his which I've enjoyed. So I think it's only 12 in the run, and I'm picking them up cheap as well. So if I bought these when they came out from the shop, but they would have cost me £3.50 each probably.
Yeah, $3 or $4 at least.
Yeah. So getting them for 75p, happy with that all day long.
That's the way to go, I think, with most moderns. It's
getting them though.
To wait until you find it in the bargain bins.
Literally, as my last £3, I spent $2.25 on those 3, and I'd watched 75p left. I thought there's no point going home with money in your pocket, and I managed to find an Adventure Comics going for 75p. It's got some water stains. It's got a bit of water stain on there and on the back. But for 75, I've paid like this kind of level of adventure for like £5 or something. I've quite often once I try £3 or £4 at least, maybe a £5. But for 75p, definitely. And inside looks nice as well. I had a quick look inside. No pages missing or anything like that. The staples are fine. It's just a little bit of blinking discoloration where someone's, I don't know, spilled some coffee or he got wet or something. So yeah, I'm happy to pick up comics. If I could get them all like that for 75p each, I would definitely do it.
Does it smell? Does it smell musty or something like that?
I didn't notice. Let's have a quick sniff now. Let's have a sniff. See if I can work out what was spilt on it. No, it doesn't smell too bad. It smells right. And the inside's pretty cool. Nothing wrong on the inside, other than the fact that Supergirl seems to have changed into some kind of ape woman. That was it. That was my haul. That was money well spent. I was most happy with that lot. I wish I'd got the ones I'd gone there for originally, but there's, I'll meet the guy again possibly at the next Mart in October, and we'll have to do the deal then. Was
this a big show you went to?
Yeah, it's just the London Comic Mart. It's like two meeting rooms in the bottom of a hotel, like two hotel kind of. They have. I always go. I've started going late now. Actually, the last couple of times I've been there, I've gone late, and I kind of prefer it because you can pay like X amount to get in, like in the first hour. And I said, no way I'm doing that. And I thought to myself, well, I think I just turned up late last time. And it was everyone was leaving. Everyone was leaving, and there were people willing to make deals. Like there was one store I managed to guy give me like, I don't know, not a quid or a couple of quid off each comic that I got off him. And I was like, wow, I got some good comics from that fellow as well. And so I kind of like it like that now. I go there late. Most of the people have already been and gone, and it's like you're not blinking being elbowed when you're trying to get comics out. So yeah, much prefer that. It's my new
but then system. Again, when you go late, sometimes your favorite seller is not there anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't go that late that they've all gone. But yeah. Now normally, sometimes they're packing up or getting ready to pack up. But it doesn't take me long to spend what amount of money I've got. I can always find some things to buy, and the money it's probably best that I don't sort of go. I've gone there once and spent my money, then gone to the cash point, got some more money, and that's like they don't want to be doing that too often. So I spent what I said I was going to spend, and got a nice little wedge of books.
Yeah, good reading pile.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not doing all my comic reading pile. It's finished. I've finished all my comics. I'm reading through these now. Finally, that I picked up a few months ago. So I'm finally reading through these. I'm most of the way through that one, and because it was nearly done, I started on another one when I was going on a journey. So I'm about the same amount through the first volume of The Unknown Soldier. A good reads as well. Good stuff.
There's a run of Unknown Soldier I'm trying to pick up when one of my favorite editor was doing it, Archie Goodwin,
right,
who was a famous editor and writer. He wrote the strip for a while, and I've read good reviews about it.
They based the character on him, didn't they? In the Batman Adventures, I think it was called Mr. Nice or something like that. I'm sure that was Archie Goodwin.
Yeah, you're right. And they did actually a story where it was an homage because he had just died. And they did a story where the character died also, and was touching. Was very touching.
Right, yeah.
I think the tree was the three DC editor in the group were Archie Goodwin, Denny O'Neil, and Mark Carlin, but they had different names. Like Archie Goodwin was Mr. Nice. I don't remember. One was the Professor. I think it was Denny O'Neil, and I don't remember Mark Carlin.
I don't know if I ever actually had the comics, but I remember finding it somewhere when I was looking up something. I remember seeing it. So, but I don't think I actually read the comics though. I think it was Batman Adventures, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the cover was it Batman Adventure or maybe the second series after that? I'm not sure. But I remember the cover was a homage to the first issue of Mad Magazine, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What have you been reading lately? Anything cool?
Hi, James.
Hey, James.
Well, I'm still reading in my Silver Age Legion of Superheroes. I'm still near the end of the Jim Shooter and Kurt Swan run. So, yeah, I don't remember the issues. So sometimes I have the issues. I read them in comic book form. Sometimes I read them in DC Archives, big volumes.
Right, yeah.
I'm mostly reading this right now. And, yeah, I got a few comics I could show.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, everyone knows this one.
Hold on. Nice.
This I bought when it came out, actually, okay?
Yeah, I got one when it came out as well.
And while I was looking in my box, for a moment there, I thought somebody had stole it. I was sure somebody came in because it was the only missing issue in my run.
Oh wow!
But I found out that I misplaced it anywhere. So anyway, this is Batman Adventures number 12.
Yeah, and I was lucky to get that. I wasn't collecting it, but he put it in my box. The comic book guy put it in my box, and I was like, I bought it by accident. And it wasn't until years later when I found out it was the first appearance of Harley Quinn. I was like, oh, that's nice. But it doesn't make up for the fact that he never gave me the first Carnage or the first Venom, which is, which is both negatives. But at least I had one positive.
And a bit like you, I'm not a cover collector, but when I saw this cover on eBay, I couldn't resist. This is actually a reprint of the same issue, so Batman Adventures number 12.
Right.
With a new cover.
Yeah.
Spoofing the... do you remember the Mad... no, not Mad Love.
I think... Is it not Mad Love?
Alex Ross did the cover...
is it the first... Is it just called Harley Quinn? It might just be called Harley Quinn.
I think so. I have a bad memories for...
and she's dancing with... I'm really annoyed I haven't got that comic, because I was getting all the Batman books in them days.
This was
I didn't get that one somehow.
Well, it was an exclusive at Wizard World Comic Con. I think it was a gift box or something like that.
Cool.
Anyway, I got it for around $10-15, but I couldn't resist. I love the cover so much. But I'm not a cover collector. I don't buy variant covers of stuff.
Oh, no. Well, the only time I've seen a cover and thought a couple of times I remember seeing a cover and said I've got to have that book. It's a Superboy comic where Lana Lang's been turned into Insect Queen and she's got a guy called B-Boy. It's like I just saw that one. Like they're floating above a hive, and it was like £15 and it was like really good nick. And I was just like, I felt like normally I'll go buy cheaper, but I just saw the cover and I was like, I've got to get that. That is so funny. And the other one that I bought as soon as I saw it, and it was like, that's awesome, is the Jimmy Olsen one that Matilda only gave me 5 points for on Cover Slingers, where Jimmy Olsen's being married to a gorilla. I saw that, and it was just like, that is hilarious. Like, I had to buy it straight away. Instantly fell in love with it.
And one old series, well, it's a modern book, but it's older than, it's not recent, that I missed out when it came out. But I'd like to try. It's the DC Bombshells.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. This is a very fun read.
I've never read that.
I got issue number 1 for $5, I think. But the rest of the issues are very hard to find.
Right.
They almost never show up on eBay. None of my local sellers have any issues of that.
Yeah. What year was that?
2015.
Oh, right. That was after I stopped collecting, so that's probably why I never saw
it. I stopped buying modern since almost the early 2000s, so I miss out on a lot of new stuff coming out. And I discovered later, usually by watching other people's YouTube videos. So.
Yeah, watching other people's YouTube videos is very expensive, I find.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. It seems innocuous and like it's like free on YouTube, but in the long run, it ends up costing you dear.
Exactly. Another book I bought a few months ago, but I haven't showed in a video. It was a book I've been looking for a long time. It's Spidey Superstars. I'm sorry, the comic book bag is all warped, but the book is all right.
Yeah.
Number 1. I used to watch. Did you get this show? On,
no, I don't think so. I never heard.
Company.
No, I'd never heard of the Electric Company.
There was a show. This like.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I know of it now because I think I saw Roger showing that one definitely at one point or other, and 1 or 2 other people I think have shown that one off. But I don't. Was it Morgan Freeman or something like that?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman was an unknown. He was playing a character called Easy Reader because it was a show for young teenager or kids.
Yeah,
done by the same group that did the Sesame Street.
Oh, Sesame Street. Yeah, okay.
Metrog says he watched the show.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that in the video. He always liked to watch the Electric Company.
And for a long time, the Spidey's these books I would see in the bargain bins of comic book dealer, always in bad shape because serious collector back then didn't buy this. It was a comic book for kids.
Yeah.
It was very simple scripts, but it's kind of nostalgia fun. One series I have complete is Alpha Flight, John Byrne's Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy after John Byrne left.
Oh, okay.
And I've gotten the idea to pick up the Canadian version. I don't know if you go
Canadian price variant.
Canadian price variant just for this series because it's Alpha Flight. It's Canadian group.
It makes sense.
Canadian, so when I can find them for cheap, I buy them.
Cool.
Because I already have them.
Right.
One new series I've tried out, but I was disappointed is Ultraman.
That's
Did
Japanese.
You watch that TV show?
I don't think so. No, it looks kind of familiar, but I don't know if the TV show was over here or not. I know it's like a Japanese manga kind of thing, isn't it?
No, not manga. It was a live show with real actors.
Yeah, it's kind of like that kind of
yeah.
theme. I don't know, like a live action manga or something. I don't know. Or...
It was a monster TV show, a bit like Godzilla. I think they recycled the Godzilla costume for a monster on the TV show.
Did he grow as well? Did he grow in size?
He was a giant guy.
Yeah.
And
it feels familiar, but I don't remember watching it. But so maybe I did.
I did as a kid. I loved that show. And when I went to my local comic book shop to pick up the rare series I have on my pull list, I saw that on the shelves and I picked it up. And the guy told me that it was actually the second miniseries they did.
Right.
But the inside is not very good. The cover is by Art Adams, so it's very nice. He's very good at drawing monsters. But the inside art is bad and the story was boring.
I was kind of surprised how many Godzilla comics there are. Godzilla's still going in comic form, isn't it? I think there's still a few, like Dynamite or something like that does Godzilla. Someone sent me one a while back, as far as I know, anyway.
Yeah, there's some Godzilla coming out quite often, once in a while, but I don't think there's a regular series.
Okay, I wasn't too sure.
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not following modern stuff, so.
Yeah.
Another thing I tried out is Justice League Infinity.
Right. That looks like another cartoon.
What?
Looks like another cartoon.
Yeah, that was one of the. It's all the characters from the Justice League animated series. The one following Batman and Superman by Bruce Timm, and then they did the Justice League.
Was it Justice League International or something like that? They had loads of different characters, like they're a new character every week almost.
Captain
they had
guest stars.
Like that. Yeah.
The main team were where is it? The main team were these guys. So Martian and Manhunter. I don't remember his name. The Black Green Lantern.
John.
John Stewart and Hawk Girl, but Hawkman was nowhere to be found.
I know there was one episode there wasn't there where Hawkman Carter Hall actually comes to her and talks about their history and said, look, and she couldn't remember it at all. I'm sure there was one episode where he encounters her.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
She doesn't remember like their shared previous lives.
And one series I tried out, I'm a big Moon Knight fan, but I'm always disappointed every time I see new Moon Knight comics.
Right.
So I give it a try every time, and I've tried out Moon Knight #1.
How many number ones has he had now?
I don't know. I don't know, because I don't keep them when they're not interesting to me.
Right. Was that one no good? Did you try that one yet? Or
this one was pretty good. Was interesting.
What was that one you were talking about in the stream last night? We were watching Comic Issues stream. He had a Moon Knight, and you were saying that's one of the best ones.
The short one by Warren Ellis and
Shelby, was
Shelvin, the clan Shelby?
Something like that. Oh, Declan. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was the first 6 issue of a series that lasted 2 years, maybe.
Okay.
But only the first 6 were written by Warren Ellis. It was very good. Actually, this one I think kind of follows up the ideas of these first 6 issues.
Still trying. I've still got 7 more to go in the first Moon Knight series, and 4 more in the Mark Spector Moon Knight series. But I'm not sort of going crazy. I get them when I get them. If I see them, I get them. But One day.
The price have gone up, you know.
No.
With Moon Knight now.
I know, that's one of the other things that makes it awkward. And for some reason, the Sienkiewicz covers on that first Moon Knight are just like silly prices, aren't they?
Yeah, they're so gorgeous, though. I bought them when they first came out, so
yeah,
they were in my pull box back then. And the rest is the three series. I always going against modern comics. That I'm not interested in modern comics, but there's a couple of series I follow. I like Norse mythology,
right?
Based on Neil Gaiman book, but actually adapted by Craig Russell,
right?
With nice art.
It's not based on the American Gods TV show, the Norse gods, I suppose.
No, it's actually a retelling as close as possible to the original Norse mythology.
Okay. What part of it?
In the Norse mythology. It has nothing to do with American gods.
The Ragnarok and...
Yeah, we're not up to Ragnarok yet. It's mostly short tales. It's short stories.
Has Loki changed himself into a mare and had sex with a stallion to give birth to Odin's horse yet?
So. Yeah. That episode they went through. They didn't went too graphic about it, but
but that kind of I was surprised when I learned that was a thing. I thought they're never going to put that in Marvel comics.
Yeah, Loki was cross-dressing and
cross-species in as well. Yeah,
and
then actually gave birth. Like he was the mother of Odin's horse of all things, and an 8-legged horse as well. That's got to be a difficult birth, isn't it? Blimey, giving birth to an 8-legged horse.
Sleipnir, I think his name.
Yeah.
And the one series that's been in my pull box since it came out 25 years ago is Usagi Yojimbo.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a homage cover to, I'm sorry for the glare. I know Bob always tell not to apologize for the glare, but this is an homage cover to the first Creepy magazine, I think.
Okay.
Frank Frazetta Werewolf cover. I think he mentions it in the signature.
Oh, yeah. After Frazetta, yeah.
Frazetta.
So that been going 25 years non-stop, that series?
Yeah, I think 25 or 30 years.
Blimey, that's a good run.
Started in the 80s, so maybe 30 years.
I don't think I've read I might have read one, but it's not something I've...
I think I have almost...
ever checked out.
It's not more than a full long box of Usagi Yojimbo.
What number is it on now?
Well, they changed publisher many times. They started with Fantagraphics, and then they went
So there's a few gaps in the runs, is there?
Yeah, and then I think Dark Horse.
Right.
I'm missing one publisher, I think, and now they're by IDW.
Right. Is Gru got a run at the moment? Not heard anything about Gru for a while. I'm guessing he hasn't. I'm guessing he currently doesn't have a run anywhere.
Gru is another series I've been collecting since the beginning. Right now they're published in miniseries format, 4 issues at a time.
Okay.
And I think the creators are getting older and older, so the miniseries are spaced out more and more.
Yeah.
They used to be able to almost do 3, 4 miniseries per year, but now they're maybe 1 per year will come out.
Yeah.
So this is another Usagi Yojimbo. It had been a long time since I went last to my local shop, so they had many issues for me.
Okay, is that your recent haul? Is it your most recent haul?
Yeah. Well, last time I went, it was like 5 months worth of comics.
Wow.
Well, it's not much since I collect only 3 series, so there were 5.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I suppose. Yeah. Do you buy? Do you go for the shelves while you're there as well? Does he got good back issues there?
I look at the shelf. That's why I picked up. I saw Moon Knight #1. I said, okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I will pick up stuff that I see that I might try out, but usually I'm disappointed. This is a series I like that came out a year or 2 ago, last summer, I think. Firepower. It's very kung fu style.
Yeah, it looks it.
Very nice art. by Samney. What's his first name? Chris Samney.
I don't know then. Don't know that name. You know me and writers and artists. I'm useless at remembering them. Look kind of epic, like an epic kind of like battle.
Yeah, it kind of reminiscent of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, and Iron Fist because he can throw fire with his hand.
I was going through my comics the other day, the Marvel Universe Encyclopedia, and in the Book of the Dead, Shang-Chi was in the Book of the Dead. It looked like Shang-Chi anyway. Did he die in Marvel Comics at some point?
I don't know. Metarog would be the best one to answer that.
Yeah, I was kind of like saying it aloud, hoping Metarog would answer it, but maybe it was somebody who looked like Shang-Chi. He had the same. Did Shang-Chi have a twin or something who fought him to the death or something? I don't know.
I don't know. And that's it for me.
Cool.
That's all my recent books.
Yeah, good stuff. Got anything on the horizon? Anything you're planning to pick up soon, or
no? I don't know if I'll be making more videos because I'm going back to work tomorrow.
Right.
And I started making videos during COVID because I was stuck at home and
you've been on furlough all this time, have you?
Yeah.
Ah.
And since I have my 2 vaccines now, I can go back to work starting tomorrow, Monday.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if I'll have time to make videos. Anyway, the guy who edits my videos has been stuck with the overload of work for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
I have a video that is in the can, but he hasn't had time to edit it yet.
You can always go live, just do a live stream like you are here.
Maybe. I'm not sure how to proceed with this. And to improvise, I'm not very good at improvising in my second language. So.
Right. Oh, yeah. I think you mentioned that before. Well, you're doing fine just talking conversationally. I'm sure you can.
No, thanks. Well, I'm talking to you and I'm answering. You're feeding me up also. So just going live myself, I'm not sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm fine doing this with you once in a while to do a
stream. Well,
hangout.
Yeah, whenever time I got a hall, we can post halls together or something.
Sure.
If anybody wants to watch it. Yeah, I'd say I was gonna.
We have a few people now in the.
Yeah, we got a few people. Make sure you all check out Roger and Bill's stream later on of the Invaders. I won't go too long tonight anyway because it's half 10. I've got to go and do some dinner. So I'm kind of like, because normally I do on the Sunday I do my podcast as well. So I literally just finished my podcast like about an hour before we did this. So I've been other than going to the Mart and back, and yeah, it's been quite a busy day. So.
Yeah, right. You started early at Simple Simon.
Yeah, I'll show my comics again, just in case anyone's in late.
Go ahead.
Just show them again. So, got a nice adventure.
Make me smaller, so we can see a book.
Yes, where is it? Where's the thing?
Smaller.
Me over there. There you
go.
This one I think because this one wasn't on my watch list, but I'm terrible at remembering annuals. Every time not every time, but a couple of times I've gone through sharing my books. I go, this is my run of so and so, and then Roger will say in the comments, "What about the annual?" or "What about the summer special?" And I go, "Ah." More at myself for not thinking about those rather than at Roger for pointing them out to me. I'm glad he points them out to me.
Well, as we said earlier, that's what's great about the community. We learn from each other stuff that we should read or have a look at.
And also learn how many different ways of collecting there are and how many different tastes in comic books there are. One day I'm going to have a Golden Age comic, but, one day.
You don't have even one?
Not even one. One.
That's too bad.
It's not that recent. I started getting into Silver Age, to be honest. It's only recently I started buying older comics. When I was collecting, I never went back and bought any comics before I was born or anything like that. Or barely any. Once or twice I pick up some older comics from my comic shop, but mainly it was just what I was getting from my pull list every week. I didn't think too much about And I didn't even know about keys or anything like that, or stuff that it was to me. I wasn't buying a comic because I thought it was going to be worth money later on. I was buying the comic because I like comics, and I'd probably get around to reading them again sometime.
I've only started to collect. For me, for the longest period of my life, I thought Silver Age books and Golden Age book were out of my reach. And eBay changed that when I found out you could sometimes find deals.
Yeah.
And also the stuff that interests me in Silver Age is not really the superhero stuff, but more the science fiction stuff, the goofy stuff, like Dial H for Hero. And
there's nothing goofy about Dial H for Hero. Yeah.
And stuff that are not hot, but they're fun to read.
Just what you like. Yeah, you can't sort of help. This is like for like people are kind of like known for like for Jimmy Olsen, but I never bought a Jimmy Olsen book in my life until I bought the first one, which was because of my birthday book. I was going through my birthday project. I was buying like birthday ones that came out in my birthday month, and that's when I got my first Jimmy Olsen. And I don't think I got a Lois Lane. I don't think she had one on my birthday month. It was really weird because later on I discovered that they did some kind of mess up with the months, and for some reason Lois Lane, she's got 2 comic books that are cover dated like August 1969, something like that. And Jimmy Olsen, I found out later, has got 2 cover dated September 1969. He's got like a bumper one, like a Jimmy Olsen giant. I didn't find that out till recently, so I've got 2 birthday books of Jimmy Olsen.
When you say your birthday months, because once in AOK, I sent you a book that was that came out on your birthday month. But do you go by the date on the book or the date?
I go by cover date because it's easier to work out. But it's like I know there's ones that like actually come out, but they'll have a couple of months off in the distance kind of one, then wouldn't they? They're like September probably will have ones that actually came out in the month of September. We'll probably have like February, no, not as late as that, but December or January.
There was a 3 months gap between the actual date and the publishing date. That was because they wanted to leave it on the racks for as long as possible before it became outdated.
Dial V for Villain. I think it was a Dial V for Villain at one point. I think it was on a cover at one point. I'm sure it was. Dial V for Villain. And finally, Martian Manhunter. I was really close to finishing off my Jimmy Olsen. I've got 1 comic I need for my Jimmy Olsen, the most recent run that they did.
12-issue miniseries?
Yeah, 12-issue miniseries. I'm too short on the Lois Lane 12-issue miniseries, but it was one of those things like they're the one before and the one after that I needed, but not the one that I needed. So it was just like,
Classic.
Yeah, it's the kind of, unless you're sort of deliberately picking them up. When I get real close to a series, I end up going on eBay and go, oh, sorry, I've got to get them on eBay. But you do end up paying more if you get them on eBay, I'm sure. You're much better off if you can find them from a vendor, a mark or something like that.
Except my vendor don't sell Silver Age or Golden Age, and even Bronze Age is tough to find in shops around here. So that's why I have to go on eBay.
Yeah, I do. Like, for example, I've got a few I need, like a few that are really close. I'm not finding out and about. It's just like I'm actually got a final job interview for a job that I'm going for, and fingers crossed tomorrow. And I'll be spending more money. Once I get a job, I'll start spending more money on comics. Yeah, I spend quite a bit of money on comics when I haven't got a job. So for God knows how I manage it. But yeah. But yeah, what I might do is like when I've hopefully got some proper money coming in, I like try and finish off the ones that I'm really close to. I've been like Ghost Rider. I've been close. Oh no, I'm not that close, but like 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 10 more from the Ghost Rider first series that I need, including number 2, which is bloody well Son of Satan, I think. I've got 5 from the Dazzler run that I need, but because you just don't see them out and about, you kind of bite the bullet and try and see. But the thing is, if eBay, you can't always get it from the same vendor, and then you've got to pay postage from different vendors, isn't you? Which is always rather annoying.
I have a few favorite seller on eBay that they do regular auction. I think it's on Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I got a few dealers that do a big auction on every Sunday, and it lasts for a week.
Yeah.
And I check them out, and if I see enough comics that I'm interested in, I will
to
try
combine
to
postage.
read.
Yeah. Yeah.
But recently, I haven't had any luck. Some of the books I thought would go for low numbers went up and went for crazy prices.
Yeah, they have been saying that there's a lot of
prices are going up
ones.
on
Yeah,
everything.
I have a lot of people, a lot of channels are saying that. Yes, I had a look. Yes, I do. Oh, it's House of Mystery 158. So that must be in the original run then. It must be in the original run that I've got. I'm guessing. So the first run must be if it's House of Mystery 158.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll have that one. Yeah, I love the trade dress of that. I just love the whole concept of the Dial H. When I was a kid and I saw when I was the 80s run, and when it was in Adventure, I just thought I loved it. Oh man, it's so cool. We get a different hero every week. You know, people write in with their own characters, different villain every week.
Did you know that during the 80s, DC Comics would go to big conventions like the San Diego Con and all that, and they would distribute small cards where people could submit their characters for Dial H.
Cool.
And if they were picked for an issue, they would get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Dial H for Heroes.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I think. That's also they wrote that in the comic as well, didn't they? Send in your things and you'll win a T-shirt, kind of thing.
And if you look at the early issues of the 80s Dial H for Heroes, you will see some recognizable comic book artist or writer. Sometimes they change their name, but a couple of them had their real names. Like I think Arlen Ellison submitted one because when they wanted to launch the concept, they couldn't go to the kids, so they actually asked a few people. I think it was at San Diego Con. Submit us some ridiculous character that we can start up on.
Yeah, get the ball rolling, kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's cool. Oh man.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I think yeah, they kind of like I can't be completely to say I want to get every single. I mean, hopefully, I wouldn't mind having every single appearance of Dial H for Hero. Every now and again, I think they show up in Titans. I think they had little Titans run at one point. But if I've got both the Titans runs on my list anyway. So if they are in there, I'll eventually get them if I manage to pick up the whole Titans run. Because I think they go. I think Vicky goes mad, doesn't she? I'm sure Vicky Grant goes mad and starts trying to kill Chris King.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the original run. I think it was more recent.
I think it was in the Titans run later on, like in the Teen Titans.
I don't like when they do that to pervert a character that was fondly loved by many.
Exactly.
And they would turn them evil or go into disgusting about him or
something's happened to them. And I also, that's like one of the reasons I stopped one of the reasons that annoyed me when I stopped buying comics is because they kept killing off characters that I liked. And it's just like, I'm just getting fed up with it. And it's a really stupid example, but there was a character called Firebrand who had about an 8-issue comic run, and he got killed off in one panel of Justice Society of America, like in a fight arena. And I was just like, oh man. So it wasn't like my favorite character, but I did have that run, and I just thought to myself, wow, imagine if you really love that character and you come across this comic book and finally got. I'm probably the person who cares the most. Probably nobody else ever read it cared a whit. But I was kind of like, oh man, I can't believe they killed off that character in like one panel.
Yeah.
It's just like.
As I said, sometimes they don't even have to kill it. They just have to pervert it, make him evil, or it's even worse. Like I think when they do that.
It kind of does make him it's kind of awkward. Like because I'm getting the Atom now. The Silver Age Atom run, and I love the hokiness and the relationship going on between Ray and where's my brain going today? But Jean Loring, his fiance, and now she ends up later on becoming Eclipso, doesn't she?
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, later on she kills blinking Sue Dibney.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
that turned me off comics.
Comics. that really that did definitely like have a feature. That scene where like he's crying and he can't control his face. He's just like, oh man, that tore me up. That did.
Yeah, that
so
event,
sad.
When they had Max Lord kill Blue Beetle, and when they kill Sue Dibney, that was the end for me. The end of innocence for me.
Yeah,
that was not fun anymore.
It kind of pales your reading, like if you want to reread, because like if you want to go back and read that Justice League of America, and you're like, oh, Max is like a fun character kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, he goes on to be a murderer who tries to take over the whole world. It's like, oh, did they have to do that? And like I'm reading.
That's my problem with most modern writers. They just go for the shock value of things. They do things just for the shock value.
That's true. Oh well. I kind of like just try and forget about the other stuff. Like maybe
that's what I do. I block it out of my mind, and it's not in my collection.
Yeah.
For me, Blue Beetle, Max Lord are the ones from the Justice League International run.
Yeah.
Those are the characters as I want to remember them.
Yeah. It's true. Oh dear. Yeah. It's all got too gritty. I think it's all got too gritty. That's why I like getting the older ones, and just I don't mind a certain amount of grittiness, but not on beloved characters that you've been with for years, kind of thing. Suddenly, like you say, being perverted or being killed off, it's just like just annoys me. If it's like one-off characters, I've never, like for example, Watchmen or whatever, or something like that. That's written especially for it. You can go, it's kind of like, but it's not the same as a character you've like lived with, and it's just like that's a good gritty story. I don't mind a bit of gritty story like that, but not when it's something you're really fond of, a character you're really fond of.
That was actually smart. I think it was Lane Wine, the editor on Watchmen.
Yeah.
When Alan Moore submitted the original script, it was actually Captain Atom, Blue Beetle, and all those characters. And the editor says, well, we want to publish stories about these characters, and we won't be able after what you've been through with them. So change a character and make them your own. And that was one of the smartest idea an editor ever came with.
Yeah, it's true.
Alan Moore told that it was very liberating for him to go by this way.
Yeah, he could change it up, couldn't he?
He could do anything with the character. It was his own.
But you can definitely see the parallels, because obviously you got the Night Owl, you got the old Night Owl, and you got the new Night Owl, just like you had the Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Wasn't Peacemaker meant to be one of them as well? Was Peacemaker meant to be a comedian?
Is, the comedian.
Comedian, yeah. I was thinking about it, yeah. I don't think. Oh, Nightshade. She turned out to be the Silk Spectre.
Silhouette, I think.
Was it Silhouette?
No, sorry, no. You're right. It's Silk
Spectre. And that was supposed to be
Silhouette.
Nightshade.
Was another character.
The one who got killed
from the Golden Age, I think. Watchmen.
Yeah, that's right. I think she was the one who got killed. She was a lesbian who got killed with her lover, or found later on killed with her lover, wasn't she? Yeah. If I recall.
Speaking of Peacemaker, have you seen the new
no, not yet.
movie?
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is it good? Did you enjoy it?
It's fun.
I've
got mixed feeling because of the way some characters are changed.
Yeah, they always
some of the characters that get killed. I was disappointed because I was hoping to see them in more movies. They were kind of fun.
Yeah.
But, I won't reveal anything, but don't get too attached. A lot of people die. From the very beginning, almost the first scene, a whole bunch of the squad gets killed.
What did you think of the first movie?
I hated
it. You hated it. I didn't mind it too much. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. But then I've got a really kind of like I'm kind of like getting a reputation for being very lackadaisical with like not hating and like being very easygoing when it comes to superhero movies. Other people say this movie, I'm like, I don't see why you think it was that bad. It was okay. I kind of got a bit of a reputation for that. I'm like kind of easygoing when it comes to superhero movies and not being too critical of them.
I'm not a really good public for a comic book adaptation of movies. But first Suicide Squad, my problem was changing characters to make them closer to the actor playing them. For example, Deadshot was a very low-profile character in the original Suicide Squad. He's a laconic. Do you say this in English?
Laconic. He
doesn't speak much in the comic book. But in the movie, he was played by Will Smith. So in the movie, he was a fun guy, funny guy, loudmouth, always talking his head off. And that's not Deadshot. Deadshot is mostly silent, dead serious. He doesn't joke around. He's a killer. And they make him too much like Will Smith in the movie.
Also played with a death wish as well, isn't he? Quite often. He's quite often portrayed as having a death wish, like wanting to sort of die himself, kind of thing.
He's a somber character, and they make him they make him Will Smith, and I had a problem with that.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that things like that. I just like, I just think to myself, well, it's just the director's vision or whatever, and I just don't worry about it. I kind of like just look for the things that I do think would be in the comic books, and anything else that's not my vision, I just go whatever. It's their version. It's a different world. It's not the proper comic book world. It's just like it's like an Elseworlds. I just look at them all as being Elseworlds, and anything that differs from what I would expect from the character, I just say, well, it's an Elseworld version of them. The one thing I remember from the Suicide Squad I kind of wanted was was it Slipknot got killed? The thing blew up on his head.
At the very beginning.
I kind of expected, and I kind of wanted Captain Boomerang to egg him on because that's the kind of thing Captain Boomerang did in the Suicide Squad. He'd say like, "Oh, don't worry about it; it's all a lie. They're just these things don't work." And but he didn't seem like he was really egging him on to sort of run away. But it seemed to me that that's the kind of thing that Captain Boomerang would have done. He would have said, "You go for it. I'm sure you'll be fine." I don't think he did say that. I don't think.
Yes, he did in the movie. Yeah.
Did he? Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it that I kind of recall that made me think that like he wasn't quite as conniving and underhanded as he would have been in the comic books. I remember thinking that, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you're right. For the rest of the movies, he's just one of the guys. He doesn't. Yeah. The other problem I had with Suicide Squad is it's a group of supervillain. So they're supposed to have powers, but when I saw it, I said, was this movie produced by the NRA? Because it's all about guns. Everybody has a gun. I understood the commando that was following them at guns. But most of the villains didn't have powers. They just had guns. Except for Captain Boomerang, who threw a boomerang. But
you had the flame
guy. Would use guns. Everybody had guns. And they tried to... They tried to vanquish the big monsters with guns all the time.
Yeah, exactly. They could have sent in an army to do that, couldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't Suicide Squad. It was just colorful commandos killing alien types.
Yeah.
The one thing I liked was the Enchantress. I think she looked cool. And
she wasn't like she was in the comics, though, was she? She was nothing like what she was in the comics.
No, but she was interesting. She was cool.
Yeah.
She had the dual personality that she has in the comics.
It was a cool concept.
I like the actress who played her. I know that a lot of people didn't like Cara Delevingne, I think is her name.
I can't remember. I thought she was all right. I thought she was really good. That's what I mean. Yeah, because I know she wasn't like the Enchantress in the comic, but it was like it still made for a good story. Still made for a good story anyway. I actually just read my first comic book. I can't remember what it was now. I think it was Strange Adventures. It was a Strange Adventures I picked up a little while ago, and it had the Enchantress in it. She's such a hokey character.
Yeah.
I know if you read her comic book, I really enjoyed it. It was fun. Like it's kind of like her boyfriend doesn't realize that she's also the Enchantress, so she's like he's flirting with the Enchantress as well as it's
typical DC Silver Age.
Yeah, he's totally. It was
the boyfriend and girlfriend of those characters were always stupid, crazy, stupid not to see that.
They had a really funny kind of like nickname for her as well, like the Switcheroo Witcheroo or something like that. I can't remember what it was now, but it really tickled my funny bone. It'd be cool if I could find some more of those down the line. But I think it was just, I know she had a comic, maybe there was, did she have her own actual comic or was it only in Strange Adventures she was in?
No, she was in Strange Adventures.
Right, so that's the only.
Wow.
Those must have been originals then. Yeah. What? There must have been like original stories. They weren't reprints of other stuff. They were original.
No, they were original, and it was like Strange Adventures often had like a weird character coming on and off, not always monthly, but sometimes they will alternate. And Enchantress was one for a while.
The Adam Strange, are they reprints in Strange Adventures?
Yep. Starting with the issue number 217, because these are the first comic I ever bought on eBay in the late 1990s, 1998, I think, when I first discovered eBay. And the first thing I bought was a lot that reprinted Strange Adventure from number 217 to 244. It's all reprints.
Right.
And if you get the whole run, you'll get all the Adam Strange stories that were published originally in Mystery in Space.
Right.
And they reprint them in order, which was nice also. They also reprinted the Atomic Knights at the same time.
Oh yeah, they are kind of they are very wacky. These
They're very fun. I love them.
Yeah, it's what was the cover? I think the cover of 1986 or something. They talk about the nuclear war, and it's supposed to, because that's I love those comic books where they're based in the future, but that future is so far behind us that it just feels crazy. They talk about 1986. Oh, the future, whatever. It's just like that's. That's so far not in the future now. It's crazy.
Well, they were made in the 60s, so...
Yeah, exactly. When it was the future. But I just love that anachronistic, futuristic kind of like, dichotomy or whatever you'd call it.
Exactly, Bill. When I discovered eBay, my wallet went missing and my credit card went very, very full. Hi, Easy.
Hi, Easy Fallout. I've got to plug my laptop in. There we go.
Well, that would be a good point to stop, I think.
We've done it now. I've showed me comics twice.
For work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I've just remembered as well that I showed the comic books again, thinking we was about to finish, and then we ended up talking for another 15 minutes afterwards, I think. It happens sometimes. Anyway, cool. Cheers for coming on. Cheers. Next time I get some more comics, we'll have another stream or something. Otherwise, it's not much to talk about unless you've got some new comics to show.
Well, new comics is enough.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've got another video. My next part of my eye video will be up later tonight. So check it out, people.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.